The dimensional fabric of the multiverse had grown thin, fraying at the edges like a discarded tapestry. It began in the heart of the floating island, where the shimmering resonance of the chaos rings drew the attention of something ancient and hungry. Vector the crocodile was the first to notice the anomaly. Standing in the command center of the Chaotix agency, he watched as his monitors flickered with a static that tasted like ozone. Beside him, Espio gripped his katana, his eyes narrowing. "It's not Eggman," the ninja whispered. "This energy, it's artificial yet alive." Suddenly, the floor buckled. A rift tore open, not of light, but of jagged, pulsating binary code. Through it tumbled a figure clad in sleek metallic armor, clutching a glowing, swirling sphere, the Shake Dimension's legendary bottomless bag. This was Vent, a chosen one from a future ravaged by biometals, having been pulled across space-time by the gravitational collapse of his own world. He looked up, his Model ZX glowing brightly. "Where am I? And why is this treasure poolsing with Maverick energy?" Before Vent could get an answer, a thunderous laugh shook the foundation of the island. A massive, purple-clad figure stepped through the encroaching rift, his mustache twitching with greed. Wario had been chasing the bottomless bag for weeks through the Shake Dimension, and he wasn't about to lose it to a tin can kid. "Hand it over, fancy pants," Wario roared, slamming his heavy boots into the floor. He didn't care about the laws of physics or the impending collapse of reality. He smelled gold, and he smelled a challenge. "Wait," Vector shouted, moving to intervene as the ground began to crack. "You idiot! If you shake that thing while the portals are leaking, you'll tear this whole island out of the sky." Wario ignored him, lunging forward with a shoulder bash that hit with the force of a wrecking ball. Vent instinctively raised his saber, parrying the attack with a shower of sparks. The impact sent a shockwave through the room, causing the bottomless bag to spill its contents, not coins, but corrupted biometal shards that began to fuse with the surrounding technology. "Great," Espio sighed, drawing his blade as the room's defensive turrets, now possessed by unstable data, swiveled toward them. "Team up, or we all vanish." The unlikely trio found their rhythm. Vent dashed through the air, his ZX saber slicing through the corrupted drones, while Vector used his sheer brute strength to lift and throw debris at the rift, trying to seal the breach. Wario, meanwhile, realized he couldn't just steal the treasure. He had to save it to keep it. "Hey, blue guy," Wario yelled, grabbing a massive piece of scrap metal and using it as a shield. "Aim for the glowing bits on the wall. I'll bash the doors open." Vent nodded, his biometal shifting into Model H for speed. With a blur of motion, they synchronized. Wario smashed the structural support, exposing the rift's core, and Vent unleashed a concentrated blast of elemental energy to overload the portal. With a final, ear-splitting shriek of dying machinery, the rift imploded. The light blinded them all, and for a moment, the world hung in a silent, golden void. When the dust settled, the floating island was stable, though the walls were scorched. Vent stood, his armor flickering as he prepared to return to his own timeline. He tossed the bottomless bag, now empty of its chaotic energy, to Wario. Wario caught it, shook it, and frowned. "Empty? Bah, what a waste of a perfectly good adventure." "It saved your world," Vent said, his voice echoing from the portal he was fatting into. "Try not to break the next one." Vector leaned against the wall, exhausted. "So," he grunted, looking at Wario, "you gonna pay for the damage to the office?" Wario didn't look back. He was already walking toward a new rift, his pockets light but his greed as heavy as ever. "Send the bill to the dimension that pays. I'm going to find the next one." As the last rift snapped shut, the Chaotix were left alone in their damaged office. Espio sheathed his sword, looking at the ceiling. "I hate interdimensional travelers." Vector grunted. "Tell me about it. At least he didn't steal the coffee machine."